Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy. As you know, some things never change, and I am still stealing cabbages. Even though I don't think I've done anything with cabbage yet.
Crawling back in for warmth.
Alright, so I'll need you to stay here for a short time. I need to go and make some arrangements. Farkas and Vilkas will let you know when it's time to leave.
I'm excited to see what you have in store.
Either I'm drunk, or
Aye,
he's massive.
I know we're newlywed and you probably didn't expect me to go running off.
I didn't.
But that's part of the reason I want to do this now, while the memory of our vows is fresh in your mind.
Okay, so just wait here?
Aye, there's plenty to do in this city.
Not
But you'll
anymore.
be safe here while I'm gone.
How will I know where to meet you?
When it's time for you to depart Whiterun, Farkas and Vilkas will escort you safely to your next destination.
Alrighty.
Leave everyone else behind. Journey only with them. I'll be counting the seconds until I see your face again. Goodbye for now, my love.
Okay. Alright. Hey, Graham. Yeah. Hello, love. It's good to see you. Alright. There really is not much left to do in town. We did it all. I will take his advice and ask Miko to stay. Wait here, baby. Same with Ironclaw. Yeah. Can you wait here for a moment? Oh, it's gonna be fine. Okay, let's read a book, take a nap. Aedra and Daedra. The designations of gods, demons, Aedra, and Daedra are universally confusing to laymen. They are often used interchangeably. Aedra and Daedra are not relative terms. They are elvish and exact. Azura is a Daedra both in Skyrim and Morrowind. Aedra is usually translated as ancestor, which is as close as Cyrodiilic can come to this elven concept. Daedra means roughly not our ancestors. This distinction was crucial to the Dunmer, whose fundamental split in ideology is represented in their mythical genealogy. Aedra are associated with stasis. Daedra represent change. Aedra created the mortal world and are bound to the earth bones. Daedra, who cannot create, have the power to change. As part of the divine contract of creation, the Aedra can be killed. Witness Lorcan and the Moons. The Protean Daedra, for whom the rules do not apply, can only be banished. Okay, let's see if I have any quest starters, any notes. Letter. Letter from Maven. Oh boy. Oh, okay, not for me. Christophe, upon reading your last letter, I was deeply touched. You're right. I was angry, but now I realize my anger was misplaced. It's time to leave our disagreements in the past and rekindle our friendship. I'll be sending someone to fetch you and bring you to Riften. I wish to avoid a scene, so he'll be calling at night. Make sure you pack all your belongings securely, as the journey could be rather treacherous. Maven Blackbriar. My god, that sounds like a death threat, doesn't it? Don't speak to anybody. Meet at night. You're gonna die. Letter from Tyra Bloodfire. Salea, my name is Tyra Bloodfire. Like Sotilde the Wet Ear before me. That's a terrible name. I am an orphan child of Balmora. Many years ago, I took a band of misfits and rogues and turned them into the Crimson Dirks. In our heyday, they called us thieves, bandits, apostates, and killers. Apostates. Thieves, thieves, tramps and thieves. And they were right. We were all of those things. But so is the Jarl, who taxes the poor to starvation, the soldiers who rape and pillage the towns, the Empire who would erase our gods, and the guardsmen who would behead the innocent. I know your story. If there's going to be a judge for me, I don't want it to be them. Not the Empire, not the East Empire Company, and not the guards. Just you and the Divines. But first, I want you to prove you're a worthy judge. Go to the docks in Windhelm. There, you'll meet a beggar in need of your aid. Some would offer him gold, others bread or wine. Offer him the alms you think will best serve him. Once you have proven your measure and your mercy, you must then show your mettle. I will wait for you at the Talos Shrine west of Windhelm. When at last we meet, I ask that you speak only with your blade. For while the tongue lies, the sword is true. Tyra. Letter of Proposal. 4E201 Sun's Dawn 2nd. Lucretia Tintoretto. Dear Madame Tintoretto, Master Conselmo of Markarth is highly supportive of the proposal prepared by our investigation group to the Arcane University entitled Neutronzel Expedition and Investigation regarding Dwemer history through artifacts and architecture. Master Calcelmo will serve as a principal investigator for the work to be done at Markarth, within and below the present Jarl's Keep. Attached is the description of the effort and resources that the Archaeology Department will commit to this project, along with a budget and budget justification. This is like paperwork. Strom Cocteau, head of investigative group. Budget justification. Alright, I'm not reading that whole thing. I don't even know what it's from. It sounds like it might be from the Scholar's Abode, the added home. I don't know why that's a thing. Some correspondence? Very boring. I'm just going to do a lot of sleeping in here for a little bit.
It's time to depart. Your husband awaits
you guys.
but he's asked us to stop somewhere first. I'll mark it on your map.
Holy shit.
Farkas and I will be right next to you all the way.
That is not a good thing. Don't do that ever again. Can I get any clues about this mysterious journey?
I am afraid not. Kaidan made some vague threats about rearranging my face, were I to let slip any of his plans.
That sounds like him.
Come then, let's be off. We have quite a way to travel.
Whew. Okay, well that was disturbing.
Huh?
close to the ritual stone. Oh, he got me a dragon. Keep forgetting I have dragon red. Yeah, I am on fire. I regret it. I don't even see Farkas and Vilkas. Yeah! Yeah!
Here you go. This is from Kaidan.
A letter? Where is he?
He's not here, and we're not done with this little trip yet. But don't worry. The next spot we need to go isn't that much farther. I'll mark it down for you now, okay?
Okay. What did he bribe you with to get you to do this?
I would never accept a bribe to help him out. There might have been some sweet rolls involved.
Okay. Note from Kaidan. My beloved Slayer, we once traveled this road together. I remember pausing here with you and looking at the great city, a place that would change your destiny, but not nearly as much as you have changed mine. This city is where you were first proclaimed Dragonborn, but for me, it changed nothing. You already had my heart, even if I didn't know it yet. Okay. Okay, run down the road. Oh, you dudes have to run, huh? That's okay. I'll,
Time to end this little
yeah, you guys take care of the wolf, that's fine. Oh, I'm just remembering now. I keep like trying to check the time by bringing up other menus, and I like forget that I have a Matter of Time mod installed. Tells me it's 7:22 a.m. and the day, and yeah. Or I pity me. Hello, little pheasant. Thank you for not trying to kill me. It does kind of make you unique in this world. Hello.
Huh?
Guys are a little close. Hello.
Come to me with questions. I know our history almost as well as Vignar by now. All right.
You guys are
Another note from
werewolves. That's your
Kaidan.
history.
I did not realize he was quite such a prolific writer.
Really? He writes a lot.
What things does he write?
Notes to me, mostly.
Well, then I suppose he is continuing that habit. Perhaps I could read these letters. I could swear on Mikael's life that I would never use them to poke fun at Kaidan's romantic endeavors.
Mika's life isn't worth anything, so absolutely not.
Fair enough. We're meeting Kaidan just down the road from here. It's very close. But he asked if you would read his letter at this place.
Salea, my little dragon. We once crossed this bridge and I saw you watching the stream. I should have been looking for danger, maybe seeing if there were any fish in the water for our supper, but you took my breath away. In that moment, you were the only thing I could see. You eclipsed the beauty here. Okay. Aw. Okay. Thanks, scary dudes. I appreciate your... Yeah, that's it. No, stop. Okay. I'm going. Hey.
You alright there, lass?
Yeah.
Until next time.
Am I supposed to stay?
Dragonborn, you were safe on the journey here?
Yeah. I mean, dragon, but yeah. Yes. I got your notes along the way.
I wanted you to see those places the way I see them. Little dragon, the next part is just for you and I. Fargus, Vilgus, thank you for, for everything.
Yeah, thanks,
We were
guys.
happy to help, Kaidan. Take care on the rest of the journey. It's a steep climb.
Anytime, brother. Now, about those sweet rolls.
Shut it, pup. Let Kaidan and his beloved focus on more important things than your pastries.
I appreciate
Thank you
it.
both.
I wish I
Again.
could trade with you. I would give you my sweet rolls. Thanks, guys.
Come to me with questions.
Do
I know our
you?
history almost as well
Yeah.
as Vignar by now. Except I can remember it.
Okay.
You read the letters?
Yes.
The thing is, I walked that road alone plenty of times before I knew you. I crossed the bridge out of Whiterun, set off west, followed the river, camped out in a few of those caves along the way after I'd cleared them out of any existing inhabitants.
You wanted to walk it alone again?
I did. I wanted to remember
Remember what?
how it felt before the first time that I walked it and really saw it. Felt the forest's breeze at my back and the sun's warmth on my face. Heard the birdsong and smelt the pine needles under my boots.
When was that?
The day I first walked it with you. It was as if I'd been living under a cloud my whole life. Sometimes the cloud rained down furious lightning and thunder. Other times it was just grey and grim. A man who has always lived in the darkness doesn't miss the light, you see. I never thought before, when I walked that road, that I was missing anything at all. And then you came along. And it was like the sun had burst through and shined down on me. And I wanted to walk that road alone one more time, to remind myself to never take that warmth and that light for granted.
And now we're here, where we met. Why?
You mean you don't want to have our honeymoon in a damp and mouldy prison?
No.
Perhaps you should have mentioned that earlier, darling.
Kaidan?
I'm only joking. It's, well, this place, and walked past it before as a prisoner here. I heard some rumours that the Thalma used it for interrogation, so I never tarried long. And then I was locked up. And I thought I would die here. Thought I'd never again breathe the air as a free man.
It seems so long ago when we met.
It seems like a lifetime ago. And in a way, I suppose it was.
What do you mean?
Well, that day I started living. Really living. Not running from enemies unknown or taking on bounties after bounty, wondering which would be the one that would end me. Drinking enough to pass out into a dreamless sleep. You gave me clarity and purpose. My oath in this place, even as it's bound me to you, also freed me. I wanted to come here with you. But our journey is not quite over yet, little dragon.
Oh?
You've walked the road where the sun shone down on me for the first time. Met me at a place I first saw your face so long ago. We have a little further to go now. But you'll need to trust me. As have I entrusted everything that I am to you. Do you? Trust me.
I do.
Put this on. You won't be able to see the next part of our journey, but I'll be with you all the way.
Okay. Kaidan's endgame. Dun dun dun.
Well, here we are.
Oh, look. It's so pretty. Hey. And a bed with no pillows. You'll be my pillow. Look how lovely.
Well, here we are.
Yeah. This is gorgeous. Look, it's got all my favorite trees.
Well, here we are.
Kaidan, it's beautiful. You did all this?
Aye, I made haste from Whiterun, then bolted back down the mountain face to meet you at the prison.
I love it. Thank you.
I remember thinking the last time we were here, you seemed to like the view.
If I remember right, so did you.
Sweetheart, when you're around I have the finest view in Tamriel. But there's another reason I wanted to come back here.
Oh? What's that?
I was looking for clues to my history when we met. Tracking down my family. When we came here, I realized that I was so close to the answers I'd been seeking all my life. It never occurred to me that my family was already with me. Do you remember when I asked for your hand in marriage?
Of course.
You are my home, no matter how far we wander. No man has spoken truer words. You are my family, my home, my refuge. I will always be indebted to you for helping me find the answers I was seeking, but truthfully in you, I'd already found the answer to every question that I could ask. I wanted to bring you here, so I could give you a view that is almost as lovely as the one you give me every time you grace me with a smile. But pales in comparison. I wanted to bring you here so that I could see you in the place where my life began. And for you to know that life would be so very hollow a thing without you in it. I wanted to bring you to the last place my mother was, so that if her spirit watches me, she'll know that I chose a rare woman, and that I will love her fiercely. Every day of my life. Wherever we wander, whatever adventures may come, I will be with you all the way.
Where are we? Oh. Oh, it's a transformed Northwind Summit. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I think.
Yes, my love?
How long can we stay here?
As long as you want.
Forever?
Eventually we'll need to return to the world, but until you're ready, the world can wait. When you are, let me know, and we can head off.
What if I don't want to go? That is awesome. I mean, where he got the trees is really a mystery in its own, and I doubt I can ask him.
Everything all right?
Any thoughts?
I was just realising, been a bit since I kissed you. Thought maybe your lips were lonely for mine.
I have a book for you.
This is a good series. I'll keep an eye out for other volumes. Thank you. Here, I've got something for you too.
We can't rest here. Oh, maybe we can. I don't know about you, but I need a rest.
I'm with you there. We should do some fishing. Can I be of service?
Is there room there for me?
Come here, beautiful.
Let's see if I can actually sit on his lap here without it being terrible. Oh, there's water. There's like a little pond. Nope, it's terrible. Okay. There's a little pond, guys. Look.
Tempting.
Would you read from this book to me?
Would it really make you happy? All right.
Thank you. Oh, first book.
Right. Here it goes. Oh god, not another piece of fine fucking literature for me to read here.
Yeah.
What the? There's no words in the book. Who the fuck prints a blank book?
Skyrim people are mad. Things like this make me want to pack me shit and move back to Cyrodiil.
Okay.
Something I can do for you.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's go.
What is Ulfr's book? I believe I can read it. Yeah, it's blank. Sure thing.
Tell me what you need.
I think I'm ready to leave now. Thank you for this.
Anything for you. Always.
That was awesome. Thank you, Kaidan. Thank you, Kaidan mod creators. Thank you, Dan Lemon. Okay, back to vampires. There isn't really much of a nuanced story here. Vampires bad. It's really as complicated as it gets.
Over here.
Yeah,
You want to do this the hard way? Fine. You can go to hell.
Not even the gods will show you mercy.
We bloody did it.
One less monster in the world.
Couldn't have chosen a better day for travelling.
Look at this. I should have known it was only a matter of time before they found us. It's the price we pay for openly recruiting. We'll have to step up our defenses. I don't suppose
hell
you
of
have
a
some good news for me.
magic effect.
Look at this. I should have known it was only a matter of time before they found us. It's the price we pay for openly recruiting. We'll have to step up our defenses. I don't suppose you have some good news for me.
Not exactly.
Damn. Well, what do you know?
The vampires were looking for a woman trapped in Dim Hollow.
A woman? Trapped in there? That doesn't make any sense. Who is she? More importantly, where is she?
She's the daughter of a powerful vampire lord.
And so you delivered her to them.
They also have an Elder Scroll.
They what? And you didn't stop them? You didn't secure the scroll?
I never got the chance.
I suppose you're lucky you're not dead. Or worse, one of them. By the Divines. This couldn't get much worse. This is more than you and I can handle.
We have to do something.
Well, of course we do. I'm old. not stupid. We're just going to need some help. If they're bold enough to attack us here, then this may be bigger than I thought. I have good men here, but there are people I've met and worked with over the years. We need their skills, their talents, if we're going to survive this. If you can find them, we might have a chance.
Where can I find the people we need?
Right to the point, aren't you? I like that. Not like those fools in the Order. We should keep it small. Too many people and we'll draw unwanted attention to ourselves. I think we'll want Serene Gerard. Breton girl, whip smart and good with tinkering. Fascination with the Dwemer. Weapons in particular. Last I knew, she was out in the Reach, convinced she was about to find the biggest dwarven ruins yet.
She'll help us?
Might need a little convincing, but she should. You'll also want to find Gunmar. Big brute of a Nord. Hates vampires almost as much as I do. Got it into his head years back that his experience with animals would help. Trolls in particular, from what I hear. Last I knew he was out scouring Skyrim for more beasts to tame. Bring the two of them back here, and we can get started on coming up with a plan. Watch your back.
Okay. I think I'm going to leave,
Days like this, it feels good to be out
Nico
of the city, away
and
from people.
Ironclaw at Breezeholm for now. I'm getting to the point where I don't really need a squad. Not that I don't love them, but that at a certain point, I like to protect them, even if they don't particularly want to be protected. Oh, okay, it's right here. So at a certain point in time, yeah, Kaidan, Ironclaw, and Nico get tucked away somewhere very safe. I still waffle about adopting children. Adopting children in a roleplay sense for me helps make the world a better place. But in reality, I'm a terrible mother. I'm never there. Oh, that's supposed to open the door. Oh, it's locked. That's why. You can unlock something on horseback. That's new.
Ha! Damn clever.
Well, let's do something about it then!
Sometimes, I wonder if we really need to sneak, or if this is a way of getting back at me for something I said.
It's just a habit, honey. I sneak
Probably the second one.
everywhere.
But I can't complain about the view.
Everywhere. So as I become more and more competent, and it becomes more clear that I am not in any danger alone, I like to protect my family.
You look tired, little dragon. Let's take the day off. Let me pamper you, and show you how much I love you. Everything else can fucking wait.
Kaidan will still know and react about what is and has happened. We can get home and have conversations. I'm not sure about my choices yet. We'll have to see how it evolves.
Come on!
There's still a lot of the game to go.
I win.
You there! Hold fast! I've tracked this damned bear for 2 weeks. I'll not let it have any more victims.
Isran needs your help.
Isran needing someone else's help? Never thought I'd hear that. I'm afraid he's a few years too late. I've moved on. I have more important business to attend to. Besides, he can handle anything alone. He assured me so himself. What could he possibly need my help with?
We're up against vampires.
Vampires? That... well, that might change things.
What is on his shoulder?
Tell me more about what's going on.
I can't even figure it out. Is it like a Daedra bunny? We're not sure, but they have an Elder Scroll.
By the 8. Alright, look.
Hey, Kaidan.
I'll consider it. But I can't just leave this bear to prey on more innocent people. Once it's dealt with, then perhaps I'll see what Isran expects of me.
Yeah, we're probably cool with the bear.
Well, fuck.
Okay. Floofy bear. Oh, wow, you're very buff, Floofy bear.
I can't see shit.
Gunmar, if you couldn't handle that, I'm a little concerned about your utility.
Don't know how well I'd have managed by myself. You have my
Okay.
thanks. You've helped me, so I suppose the least I can do is find out what Isran wants. He's still at that fort near Stendar's beacon, I assume.
Yes, he said to meet him at Fort Dongar.
Of course he did. He's been working on that place for years now. Never lets anyone in. His own little fortress. Well, I guess I'll get to see what he's been up to all this time. I'll meet you there.
I'm mesmerized by the weird shoulder thing. I don't,
I'll see
I
you
don't
at
even
Fort
know what it
Dongar.
is. It looks like a demon bunny. And now, of course, I want to bring it back to life with necromancy and have it
But
as
I
a
wouldn't
pet.
mind if you turned around.
Oh, beautiful sky.
Never seen skies like that anywhere else in Tamriel.
They are beautiful.
For the Dragon of the North!
There. You don't gotta. Three wolves. You guys have a good night, okay? Go back to your territory. It's not necessary. Just passing through. No need to murderize you. Just all gonna have a good run, okay? And then you can head home. Alright. Shocked to discover something's trying to kill me. Try to get some. Alright. Okay, so we're not flying anymore. Here's where I punk you in the head with my bow. Just because I can. Yeah, it might be time to raise the difficulty, huh? Oh, it's still set to novice since... Okay, yeah, it's been really easy. Alright, let's stick to expert for now. Might go up to master. I never go back up to legendary anymore, just because it just takes too long. I like a challenge, but it gets ridiculous.
I'm glad to be wandering the wilds with you.
It's nice, right? And I still took the swan feathers. Thank you. Uh-oh.
Just one gyro. One,
Someone
and I can get back to
having
work.
a good
Where
hair
are
day.
they?
Oh well, doesn't happen often, but she doesn't have hair.
I'm bloody knackered. I don't mind telling you that.
Yeah, honey, it's kind of late, huh?
Mud crabs want with my satchel anyway. You haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I'd swear I left it right here. Do you think mud crabs might have taken it? I saw one the other day. Wouldn't be surprised if it followed me here. Well, just look around, will you?
Isran asked me to find you.
Isran? Wants me? No, you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly clear the last time we spoke that he had no interest in my help. I find it hard to believe he's changed his mind. He said some very hurtful things to me before I left. Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. So if you'll excuse me...
Vampires threaten all of Skyrim. We need your help.
Vampires? Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers that I proposed no less than 3 different scenarios that involved vampires overrunning the population. Well, what are they up to?
They have an Elder Scroll.
Well, that's actually something I never would have anticipated. Interesting. I'm not sure what they would do with one, but in this case, Isran is probably correct in thinking it isn't good.
Really?
All right. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend myself. But I'm not just going to abandon what I've been working on here. It's too useful. I need at least 1 intact dwarven gyro. So either I need to find the satchel those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace. You wouldn't happen to have one, would you?
Here, I've got a dwarven gyro. Take it.
Thank you. It's not much, but this will help a great deal with some things I've been researching. Now, where is it Isran expects me to go?
We're meeting at Fort Dawnguard.
Ah, been working more on his secret hideout, has he? It'll be interesting to see how much progress he's made. I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. All right, then.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can give this poor woman some hair. I do have equipable wigs, I believe. Okay. Alright, now I can put on that, where'd you go? Okay.
I guess I'll see you at Fort Dawnguard.
Yeah, I'm trying to help. Hold on. Put on the ring of fashion designer. Dress her up. And give her the wig. Okay. There she
Guess I'll
goes.
see you at Fort Dawnguard.
Yeah, that's better. I'm not sure updo suits her as a field researcher, but it looks more intentional.
You look tired.
Yeah, we are a little tired, huh? Let's head to Fort Dawnguard and maybe nap there. My map is a little screwy. It doesn't want to go all the way across the country. I don't understand that. Alright, let's just stop off Roland's Manor.
Your lips look cold. Should I warm them up a bit?
Hello?
There were wolves on the road up north.
Well, yeah.
In the ancient tongue you are Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Thank you!
What is it, Elf?
It's someone who would wish you would stop calling them elf.
Whoa.
I'm not even sure what the portal is. It's probably fast travel.
Come sit with me, my love.
Historically, that has not gone well. Hey, you're not sitting, buddy. Okay.
So, what are we doing tonight?
Alright. Time for a snack and a book. It won't, I keep forgetting, it won't let me eat while I'm already sitting down. Which is a shame. Because it seems like that's a great place to do it, guys. It's been a long day. Pie and wine. Well, the throne does not appear to be helpful. Okay. 2920, Volume 6. Volume 6? Mid-year. Alright. The Last Year of the First Era, by Karlovac Townway. Due mid-year, 2920, Balmora Morrowind. The Imperial Army is gathered to the south, said Kassir. They are a 2-week march from Ald-Luval and Lake Coronati, heavily armored. Vivek nodded. Ald-Luval. Ald-Yuval, with an I, and its sister city on the other side of the lake, Ald-Malak, were strategically important fortresses. He'd been expecting a move against them for some time. His captain pulled down a map of southwestern Morrowind from the wall and smoothed it out, fighting a gentle summer sea breeze wafting in from the open window. They were heavily armored, you say? Asked the captain. Yes, sir, said Kassir. They were camped out near Bethel Grey in the Heartland, and I saw nothing but ebony, dwarven, and daedric armor, fine weaponry, and siege equipment. How about spellcasters and boats? Asked Vivek. A horde of battle mages, replied Kassir, but no boats. As heavily armored as they are, it will take them at least 2 weeks, like you said, to get from Bethel Grey to Lake Coronati. Vivek studied the map carefully. They'd be dragged down in the bogs if they tried to circle around to Ald-Marak from the north, so they must be planning to cross the straits here and take Ald-Yuval. Then they'll proceed around the lake to the east and take Ald-Marak from the south. They'll be vulnerable along the straits, said the captain, provided we strike when they are more than halfway across and can't retreat back to the Heartland. Your intelligence has once again served us well, said Vivek, smiling to Kassir. We will beat back the Imperial aggressors yet again. 3 Mid-Year, 2020, Bethel Grey, Cyrodiil. Will you return back this way after your victory? Asked Lord Bethal. Prince Julek barely paid the man any attention. He was focused on the army packing its camp. It was a cool morning in the forest, but there were no clouds. All the makings of a hot afternoon march, particularly in such heavy armor. If we return shortly, it will be because of defeat, said the prince. He could see down the meadow the potentate Versudai paying his lordship's stewards for the use of the village's food, wine, and whores. An army was an expensive thing for certs. My prince, said Lord Bethal with concern, is your army beginning to march due east? That will just lead you to the shores of Lake Coronati. You'll want to go southeast to get to the straits. You just make sure your merchants get their share of our gold, said the prince with a grin. Let me worry about my army's direction. 16 Mid-Year, 2920, Lake Coronati, Morrowind. Vivek stared across the blue expanse of the lake, seeing his reflection and the reflection of his army in the cool blue waters. What he did not see was the Imperial Army's reflection. They must have reached the straits by now, barring any mishaps in the forests. Tall, feather-thin lake trees blocked much of his view of the straits, but an army, particularly one clad in slow-moving heavy armor, could not move invisibly, silently. Let me see the map again, he called to his captain. Is there no other way they could approach? We have sentries posted in the swamps to the north in case they're fool enough to go there and be bogged under, said the captain. We would at least hear about it. But there is no other way across the lake except through the straits. You guys say this when there's water breathing possible in this world. I mean, I know you've never seen Pirates of the Caribbean, but, you guys need better scouts. Holy crap, this is terrible. Vivek looked down again at his reflection, which seemed to be distorting his image, mocking him. Then he looked back at the map. Spy, said Vivek, calling Kassir over. When you said the army had a horde of battle mages, what made you so certain they were battle mages? They were wearing grey robes with mystical insignia on them, explained Kassir. I figured they were mages, and why else would such a vast number travel with the army? They couldn't have all been healers. You fool! Roared Vivek. They're mystics schooled in the art of alteration. They've cast a spell of water breathing on the entire army. See? And I don't even remember this book. Vivek ran to a new vantage point where he could see the north. Across the lake, though it was but a small shadow on the horizon, they could see gouts of flame from the assault on Aldmarak. Vivek bellowed with fury, and his captain got to work at once, redirecting the army to circle the lake and defend the castle. Return to Dwinin, said Vivek flatly to Kassir before they rode off to join the battle. Your services are no longer needed nor wanted. It was already too late when the Morrowind army neared Aldmarak. It had been taken by the Imperial Army. 19 Mid-Year 2920, the Imperial City, Cyrodiil. The potentate arrived in the Imperial City amid great fanfare, the streets lined with men and women cheering him as the symbol of the taking of Aldmarak. Truth be told, a greater number would have turned out had the prince returned, and the Versudai knew it. Still, it pleased him to no end. Never before had citizens of Tamriel cheered the arrival of an Akaviri into their land. The Emperor Raymond III greeted him with a warm embrace, and then tore into the letter he had brought from the prince. I don't understand, he said at last, still joyous but equally confused. You went under the lake? Aldmarak is a very well-fortified fortress, explained the potentate, as, I might add, the army of Morrowind had rediscovered, now that they are on the outside. To take it We had to attack by surprise and with our soldiery in the sturdiest of armor. Our soldiery? Is that a word? Really? By casting the spell that allowed us to breathe underwater, we were able to travel faster than Vivek would have guessed, the weight of the armor made less by the aquatic surroundings, and attack from the water-bound west side of the fortress where their defenses were at their weakest. Brilliant, the Emperor crowed. You are a wondrous tactician, Versidashai. If your fathers had been as good at this as you are, Tamriel would be Akaviri domain. The potentate had not planned to take credit for Prince Julek's design, but on the Emperor's reference to his people's fiasco of an invasion 216 years ago, he made up his mind. He smiled modestly and soaked up the praise. 21 mid-year, 2920, Aldmerak, Morrowind. Severian Shorak slithered to the wall and watched through the arrow slit the Morrowind army retreating back to the forest land between the swamps and the castle grounds. It seemed like the ideal opportunity to strike. Perhaps the forest could be burned and the army within them. Perhaps with Vivek in their enemies' hands, the army would allow the possession of Ald Iuval as well. He suggested these ideas to the prince. What you seem to be forgetting, laughed Prince Julek, is that I gave my word of no harm to the army or to their commanders during the truce negotiations. Do you not have honor during warfare in Akavir? My prince, I was born here in Tamriel. I have never been to my people's home, replied the snake man. But even so, your ways are strange to me. You expected no quarter, and I gave you none when we fought in the Imperial Arena 5 months ago. That was a game, replied the prince, before nodding to his steward to let the Dunmer battle chief in. Julek had never seen Vivek before, but he had heard he was a living god. What came before him was but a man. A powerfully built man, handsome with an intelligent face, but a man nevertheless. The prince was pleased. A man he could speak with, but not a god. Greetings, my worthy adversary, said Vivek. We seem to be at an impasse. Not necessarily, said the prince. You don't want to give us Morrowind, and I can't fault you for that, but I must have your coastline to protect the Empire from overseas aggressions and certain key strategic border castles, such as this one, as well as Ald Umbiel, Tel Arun, Ald Lumbasi, and Tel Muthvivra. And in return? Asked Vivek. In return? You forget we are the victors here, not you. In return, said Prince Julek carefully. In return, laughed Savrian Shorvrak, you forget we are the victors here, not you. In return, said Prince Julek carefully, there will be no imperial attacks on Morrowind, unless in return to an attack by you. You will be protected from invaders by the Imperial Navy, and your land may expand by taking certain estates in Black Marsh, whichever you choose, provided they are not needed by the Empire. A reasonable offer, said Vivek after a pause. You must forgive me. I am unused to Cyrodiils who offer something in return for what they take. I have a few days to decide. We will meet again in a week's time, said the prince, smiling. In the meantime, if your army provokes no attacks on mine, we are at peace. Vivek left the prince's chamber, feeling that Almalexia was right. The war was at an end. This prince would make an excellent emperor. The years continued in sun's height. Beautiful. I don't know why it makes you canter majestically into Fort Guard every time. I mean, I said I like that, and that's fine, but it would be nice to fast travel.
Days like this, it feels good to be out of the city, away from people.
Yeah. It's hard to think of too many people I like around here. Oh wow, they've added fortifications. That's cool. Am I supposed to go around? I'm just... New mod. Do this.
I hope the vampires try to attack us here. A lot easier than hunting them down in the
Okay. Long canter and gates to contend with now, although that does make sense. Hey, dead vampires still littering the ground. Your bodies left as a warning, apparently.
All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful.
You know,
So welcome
I
to
think
Fort
Brynjar
Dawnguard.
mentioned something about this place.
I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against.
Can't remember.
Powerful vampires, unlike anything you've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Soreen, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
Her, please. I always get lost here. This is probably gonna go to a parapet outside or something. Oh, oh, I did it.
I
Oh,
thought
me.
this hole must have plenty of hiding places. Who knows what those old vampire hunters left behind?
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
What can I do to help?
The Jarl's in danger. A vampire plays as a visiting advisor to the court. Destroy it before it's able to complete its foul business. But be warned, the Jarl's guards are unaware of the threat, and will treat violence against this advisor as a crime. Convince the Jarl of the threat, and he'll let you destroy the creature. If not, then do your best not to get caught.
Oh, these are missions. I didn't
Quickly
know they
now.
gave out missions.
The longer you delay, the more danger the Jarl is in.
I also avoid this expansion.
Watch your back.
One night when the rain was pouring, I woke up to a horrid loud roaring. I was ready to fight. In the midst of the night, turned out it was the Dragonborn snow.
Read
So let's hear
Torturer's Notes. Subject has revealed under torture the whereabouts of 5 relics the vampires believe can imbue their kind with additional abilities, making them particularly destructive to the mortals. These relics are said to be the remains of ancient vampires with rituals intended to utilize ancient blood to enhance vampiric abilities. Planned. To enhance vampiric ability. Oh, with rituals intended to utilize ancient blood to enhance vampiric abilities planned. It is well known that the vampiric bloodlines convey a vast variety of supernatural abilities. Similarly, vampires have always believed that the most ancient of those bloodlines convey more power than younger bloodlines. Our records show numerous wars between vampire clans that ended with the victors consuming, quite literally, the defeated. Some were even waged for this express purpose. It is difficult to determine whether the victorious clans truly grew stronger from the cannibalism. However, if there's any chance these remains do contain the capacity for enhancement of vampiric abilities, it is in the best interest of mankind that they be obtained by any means possible, and subsequently destroyed. Stendar willing, placing them into the fire at his beacon will be sufficient to destroy them. Otherwise, we're going to need to dig a really deep hole. Per the subject, the remains and their whereabouts are as follows. Mummified vampiric arm, hand attached, in the keeping of a small clan at the Broken Fang Cave. Mummified hands, recently unearthed at a partially collapsed ruin west of Warwickstead. Mummified head, in the possession of the clan at Bloodlet Throne, believed to be linked to Fall Creek's Jarl or his ancestors. Mummified ribcage, worshipped and maintained by a clan operating at a den in the vicinity of Clearpine Pond and the hills above Dragonbridge. Mummified vampiric leg, possessed by a clan operating somewhere within Kjolmarch. I have no idea what that is. None. Ancient power. I don't know if that's part of Dawnguard or what, but I don't like torturers, and that's a lot of blood. Okay.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
What are you doing here? Would you mind cooking something for me? Okay. What are you doing here?
I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please, just listen before your friend here loses his patience.
What patience?
Well, it's about me and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me.
What about the scroll?
The reason I had it, and why I was down there. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you've figured out this part already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
What sort of prophecy?
It's pointless and vague, like all prophecies. The part he latched onto said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. That's what he's after. He wants to control the sun, have vampires control the world. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll.
Yeah, see, I never understood that part. So, he knew where she was. He put her in there with a scroll, which is an intense amount of power. Because she tried to stop him, why not just kill her and take the scroll? It makes no sense. None. Strategically, none. None. So, okay. What's all this have to do with the Dawnguard?
I'm sorry. I had heard there were vampire hunters here. I thought they might want to know about a vampire plot to enslave the rest of the world. Was I wrong?
Also, let me say that turning off the sun will kill everything, including the vampire's food. Harkon's an idiot in so many directions. Okay. No, you're right. We just have to convince the others you're on our side.
Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
I just want to mention a lot of the women mods that look amazing are Cold Sun, I believe. I think this is Cold Sun's Serana replacer. He's also replaced a lot of the women in the world. I believe I also have Kaylee's and Pandorables. I've got a lot of NPC replacers, but specifically a lot of the major women are Cold Sun.
I thought my father's place was dirty, but look here. Ugh. It seems neither side seems to care about cleanliness.
Right? All of this murder and nobody has a broom.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell
me,
is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now?
Because we're going to need her help.
Why? Because of that story about the prophecy, about some vampire trying to put the sun out?
Yeah.
Do you actually believe any of that?
Yeah. Why else would she risk her life to come here?
Who knows? Maybe it has a death wish. Maybe it's just insane. I don't really care. It can stay for now. But if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible.
Yeah, she thinks you're all
Got
gross.
it.
Don't worry.
You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it.
I mean, I totally just read an Elder Scroll, and I'm not blind or nothing, but okay. Who can?
Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking.
Spiteful and mean,
We're fighting a war against your
I've ever
kind,
seen.
and I intend to
She may
win.
have a past, but she's
You
a
want to
pain
find
in the
him?
ass.
Try
She's a
talking to
horn
anyone who
stealer
can be a
known as
traveler.
Delphine.
Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place.
Where would a Moth Priest actually go?
Well, back before you know. The College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go to for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit.
Alright. Hold on to these, but don't touch them. Storage. Okay. I need to trade some
Time
things
to
with
trade.
you. So I'm going to give her that NFF token. So, here we are again.
Here we are.
Quite the family reunion, I would say. Nobody talks like that.
Yes. The welcome I received felt really cold, even by vampire standards. My father, after all these years, that's the first thing he asked me. I trust you have the scroll. Yes, I have the scroll, gods.
I'm sorry about that.
Thanks. Sorry, I have a whole host of emotions I don't know how to deal with. My family. It probably wasn't what you'd call normal.
It's fine.
Anyway, we've got something to do. I'm glad you're here with me.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
What's the plan?
Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh? What is it?
How often do you need to feed?
Not that often, really. Being a daughter of Cold Harbor, I can go without blood longer than other vampires. That, and I can also rest to regain my energy. It doesn't fully satiate the appetite, but it staves off hunger for a while. So, don't worry. I won't go feral on you or anything just because I haven't had a daily meal. I also read stories. There was supposedly a vampire in Akavir, which never fed in her entire life? Or whatever you call it. Supposedly, she even protected mortals from her own kind.
Don't you think we could relate to them?
Yeah, actually.
Be on your guard at all times.
I don't know what that meant.
Avoid sleep if you can.
Another day in Skyrim. I'm still trying to decide which is more unpredictable, the weather or the inhabitants.
If you never say another fucking word about the weather, I would be so happy. What do you know about Elder Scrolls?
I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple 100 years locked away with one would have given me some insight. But no. Turns out, you don't learn much just from sleeping with something.
I guess we'll have to keep looking for that moth priest then.
I guess so.
Were you always a vampire?
That's a long story.
I want to hear it.
I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from?
I would guess it came from a Daedric lord.
Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust.
How did you actually become a vampire then?
The ceremony was degrading. Let's not revisit that. But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric lord.
How has it affected your family?
Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole.
Do you ever think about curing yourself?
A cure? Why even think of it that way? I can't think of any reason I'd want to lose this gift, especially after what I did to get it. It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here, and I'm alive. I won't give this up. I'm glad you're here.
What's on your mind?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually. Thanks for checking in.
I like this voice mod.
Yes, Dragonborn?
Do you have a moment to talk?
Do you need something?
Okay, this is cool. I'm gonna save
Very
some
well.
of this and check in with her, as I would with Kaidan, and not use up all the content at once, but I really like this mod. This is cool. It, my annoyance with Serana is lessened. Alright, I think I can also pick up quests from the two guys that I recruited. Oh,
So,
look,
a
hanging
moth
up
priest in
paintings.
Skyrim. Someone like that is bound to attract attention. I can't imagine anything less than a full patrol of legionnaires escorting them.
Okay. Yeah, this is nice. Oh, it's very nice. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I like this. Hey, Serene.
Well, this isn't exactly a palace, is it? Still, it's sturdy, secure, and seems defensible. I suppose I'd rather be here than most other places in Skyrim. If Isran needs me, it must be pretty bad. I wonder what we're up against here.
What can I do to help?
I want to add some punch to our crossbow capabilities. I've done all I can on my own. I need a little inspiration. I've always been fascinated with Dwemer artifacts. I take them apart, poke around in their guts, and try to figure things out. With mixed results. But as luck would have it, I've tracked down the location of some actual Dwemer diagram drawings. So, if you'd be a dear and collect those plans for me?
Hey, Serana's boob. Okay. All right. This is the troll pin, I believe.
Great. Here we are again in the magnificent Fort Dawnguard. Can't say I feel too comfortable here regarding its history.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but we'll be fine.
I like what Isran has done with the place. It's good to see someone else who's really prepared.
I don't know where other dude is. So she upgrades crossbows and bolts, which I don't use. And I believe he...
Hey, Salia.
That's actually really sweet.
You know I love the view from back here, but I wouldn't mind if you turned around and let me see that beautiful smile of yours too sometimes, eh?
Yes, I already came here. I wonder if I have a detect life spell, if I can see him through the walls. This is cool. Oh, there's a bath! Okay, do I need to fill it with water? Wash basin. And now I should be able to fill this with water, huh? Where? How? Or maybe this is just a sauna?
Fuck me, but the way she's stretched should be considered a crime in
Very
every
cool.
world. And it's one I'd gladly pay any bounty to see
Okay.
again.
Durak,
This
what can I do to help?
Soreen needs help with her project to improve our crossbows. And if that doesn't interest you, speak with Isran. He has something for you.
Okay.
Very few
Oh,
people
there you are,
appreciate all the
Gunmore.
horrible
If you're
things
putting
that
yourself in harm's way, you'd best be prepared. Take these.
What can I do to help?
Speak with Isran. He has something for you.
Okay.
Fight bravely, friend.
There are at
Now I
least
just
30
need to
different ways
find
of being
him.
attacked and killed in
Ooh.
your own home at any given moment.
Who are you?
I'll tell you, the only thing more surprising than hearing from Isran after all these years was hearing that he wanted my help. I immediately realized things must be pretty bad. Looks like I was right.
What the fuck's a Dawnguard?
You've worked with Isran before?
I have. There was a time years
Wow,
ago
Durak
when we were
just stole
both
your
members
bed.
of the Vigilance, and both equally dissatisfied with them. Their hearts are in the right place, of course, but Isran and I were never comfortable. We left together, but that partnership didn't last very long. I didn't agree with some of his methods. Farewell.
Okay. Getting to know the Dawnguard. in this new awesome space.
Need something?
Hey, Agmare. Hey, you put on clothes. I'm so proud of you. Why did you join the Dawn Guard?
I've heard the rumors around Skyrim. I know something's going on, and I've seen the vampires. I felt I had two choices. I could either live in fear of the night, or I could do something to help protect my people.
Good for you, man.
Until next time.
Clothes and the vampires. Alright.
Hope you're getting along with Isran. It takes some getting used to.
He's a jerk. Ooh, what's over here? Oh, this is the cave. Okay. Hello, sweetie. Hi, Skolang. Hey, Bran. You guys are awesome. I already have a puppy, but you guys are awesome. And you're taken well care of here. Okay, Dayspring Canyon. Let's see if I can find Isran. Did they give me a quest to speak to Isran? Place is pretty big, guys. Alright, maybe he's upstairs. Okay, there's the entrance. Here's the upstairs. You. Where's my cursor? Okay. Okay. That was scary. Oh, cages. And a torturer's chamber. I'm so glad to be affiliated with this organization. Oh my god, this is endless. I am never going to find Isran in my entire life. If they turn me into a vampire, They turn me into a vampire and let me wander this place forever, I would still never find Isran. Oh, holy crap. Ah, I found him. Oop, I'm gonna save. It's because I rid the world of handcarts.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew, and no one believed.
Any advice for a new vampire hunter?
There's only one thing worth remembering. When it comes to vampires, if you're sloppy or careless, you're dead. And good people will die because of you.
That's also true about
I've
wolves.
lasted this long because I don't take chances. I cover my tracks and I keep my eyes open. If you're smart, you'll do the same.
What is this place?
This is Fort Dawnguard. Originally owned by the Jarl of Riften back in the Second Era, it was a bit of a black mark on the Hold's history. I'm trying to put it to good use.
Can you tell me more about the old Dawn Guard?
Only what I've heard. Back in the Second Era, the Jarl of Riften had a son, adventurous type. Too much for his own good, it seems. Wound up turning into a vampire. The Jarl, unable to kill his own son, spent a fortune building this keep and hiring men to guard it. Their job was to keep the Jarl's son contained within. They took it seriously and served honorably. They were eventually forced to put him down. The Jarl banished them from the hold, but they stuck to their cause. Fought vampires wherever they found them. I aim to continue that mission.
Okay, so you don't have
Stay
anything
alert.
for me, but alright.
Don't you ever seem to think that this castle is a bit understaffed? It's so big. Even bigger than the castle back on the island. But barely anyone lives here.
Yeah. Let's see if there's a local map. Yeah, look at that. Okay, I'm going to try to remember that Eastron's quarters are here-ish. Wow. Whee! Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.